Welcome to episode 39 of the Family Geekery podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Danny.
And Happy New Year to everybody out there listening. We took a couple weeks off of the podcast because we had busy holiday season and we had some traveling included, which we were visiting some family. So instead of trying to throw something together, we decided just to take a couple weeks off and let all the holiday stuff settle down. And then come back. It feels like we're season 2 now. So this is season 2, episode 1.
Nice. I almost forget how to do this thing.
So you just talk into the microphone.
This microphone?
Yes. And
are there cameras? What's happening?
So Happy New Year, everybody. Did you guys have a good New Year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, it was good. I'm ready to rock on this 2023.
Heck yeah.
Since I don't write checks anymore, I don't have to remember what year it is, but sometimes I'm reminded what year it is.
I barely have handwritten assignments anymore, so no more of turning a 2 into a 3. Though that's an easy fix. Easier than some.
Yep. So for this episode, we're just going to do a little catch-up episode and do an update on what the fam is up to, and then talk about what the future may bring for us at the podcast and whatnot. So we're going to catch up with some of the things that we've been doing over the last 3 weeks. Having that vacation time, it's a busy time, but there's also some time to chill and try out some new things. So we tried out some games. So I'll start with the first game because I think I might have influenced someone else to play it, and that's Vampire Survivor.
Yep.
So I'd been playing the Survivor.io or Survivor.io game on the iPad for a while and didn't even realize that was a knockoff of a real game. So when the Vampire Survivor, which I guess was pretty acclaimed on like Steam and PC, when it came to iPad, I started playing it. And I was like, hey, this is just like that other game. Not knowing that other game was just like this game. And so in the meantime, I picked it up also on Steam during the Steam sale. And I've been playing it there, which is a little confusing because when you unlock things, you forget which one you unlocked it on. But I'm trying to unlock it on both, which is a tedious thing. But so you've been playing that also, Amber?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of popular on Twitch. Like TFT players would have it running and play it in between queue, because when you're high rank, it's kind of a couple minutes between games sometimes. So that's the first time I saw it, but it wasn't until the Game Awards that they announced that they were going to bring Vampire Survivor to the App Store. So that was pretty cool, and that's when I picked it up after you were like, hey, this game's out. And I'm like, oh, that game, yeah, I'll play that. So I've been unlocking things, and it's kind of weird. It's like some weird things have been happening in my game, and I guess that's just the progression.
Yeah. And it's a time killer, but it's not one of those if you got 2 minutes to play it type time killers.
You need 30 minutes to play it.
30 minutes, and every time I look at the clock, I'm like, oh yeah, I got a half an hour. I can do a game. It's always like after you pick up all the treasures and stuff like that, it always takes like an hour almost. So it's a time killer for sure, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else? You go next, Danny. Anything you've been playing?
Well, we played, Dad and I played a game once. It was called Quest Hunter.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty cute.
Yeah, a little co-op game, running around in dungeons and beating things up and getting beaten up. It's a little harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, the monsters really hit hard.
Yeah. And we didn't even have it on like a hard setting or anything, and they're just unforgiving. Like they hit and you get damage, and then you have to go find something that heals you. And there's not always something around that heals you.
Yeah. There wasn't really any setback to dying except just your co-op person has to go to, what was it, one of like the torches or something and revive you.
Like a respawn point.
Yeah.
And actually, it was almost advantageous to die because you'd get full health. So when you're fighting
Yeah.
the boss, you could just like have one person back at the torch, go get him, and then go die, and then have the other person right at the torch and get him and go die.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I think we got that free on the Epic
Steam.
Store or something, or maybe I was playing it on
I played
Steam.
it on Steam.
Okay, that's right. I think we were doing the stream together or play together
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah, it's always fun. Very good. What about you, Amber?
I've got a couple tabletop games that I've been playing recently. One of them is Seven Wonders, which is really fun. I played it with my boyfriend and his roommates a lot. Once we got that game and figured it out, we played it nonstop, like at least twice a day for 3 days at least. And then we played it, all three of us. He brought it over to the house and the whole family played it. And that was, I liked it. Well, I know the game. I did get last place, but I had fun doing it.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
I liked it too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You pick one of the ancient wonders of the ancient world or whatever. And I think they do have an expansions with like other wonders that you can add on, but
I saw there was a
cool.
two-player version of the game too.
Oh, really?
Have you seen that? It's called like Seven Wonders Duel.
Oh, that'd be cool. Because you do need 3 players to play. Another tabletop game I've been playing is Doomlings, which is a card game where basically it's the end of the world and you have to collect traits of like a new species that you're building, and it's kind of clever. It's just like, the cards are points and some of them have abilities and stuff, and it's a really cute game. The art is adorable. The traits are little round guys with different colors, and it's a fun little game. Yeah, and another game I played once is Fox in the Forest Duet, which is a co-op game, a spin on the Fox in the Forest, which I haven't played, but the duet version's pretty fun. You have to collect gems, and it's a trick-taking game, I guess, like spades and war. So it's interesting to see that type of game as a co-op game.
Yeah,
it
sounds neat.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I've also been playing The Last of Us because I'm so caught up with games. I think it's like a 2013 game or something.
Oh, come on. You can just cheat and watch the show. It's out now.
Well, that's why I'm playing it, because I heard the show was coming out soon, so I thought I need to go ahead and binge through this game before the show starts. But the show started this week as of the time of recording, and I think I'm only about halfway through the game, so I need to finish that up so I can start binging that show. And then another game that I got you involved in is a browser-based text RPG something game that's been around for quite some time, and I just found it probably about 6 months ago or so, and it's called Torn. And it's I just simply call it the Mafia game when I'm referring to it to other people, because it's kind of like a Mafia, but it's a lot deeper than that. And I know you're only a couple levels into it, Amber, so you haven't seen how deep it gets. But you could honestly just go to college, get a job, start a business, or do work. You could do the whole game and succeed and excel in it without doing any crimes. But it is kind of crime centric. You've got factions and there's territory disputes and all that kind of stuff. You get missions to go put hits on people and stuff. So it's a fun little quirky text-based, browser-based game that it's a very slow grind though.
Yes.
Like
I've been making counterfeit CDs for the past week.
Yeah, you can't just start playing and just grind the game out, because there's only so much you can do in any given game session.
Yeah, if I try anything else, I go to jail. But luckily, there's people that break you out immediately.
Right. But it's fun, and if any of the listeners want to check it out. You can check out our special link that gets us credit if you sign up at familygeekery.com/torn. And that will get you to the game. So go enjoy that and go start putting hits on people. We haven't got Danny signed up yet.
No.
We'll get her through peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We can start
Get
our
your
own
rewards.
Yeah, we can start our own thing.
I did fly to Canada yesterday and buy Wolverine plushies.
Aww.
So
what?
Maybe I'll send you a Wolverine plushie and that'll get you hooked on the game.
I want one.
Well, it's
all he gave me was lollipops.
It's only a string of text that says Wolverine plushie. Oh. There's no picture involved with it. I think I bought him for $10 and then flew him back to America and sold him for $1,000.
Whoa.
Silly game.
Yeah.
All right. Any other games you guys have been playing?
Yeah, I've got we played Moving Out on the TV Steam streaming thing. Is that what it was? Is that what it was called?
It was a laptop hooked up to the TV. So yeah, it was basically Steam.
So we were playing that co-op silly game, kind of similar to like Overcooked, where you got to do things together, and this one is you move furniture out of a house into a moving truck, but I don't know. It's really silly, and I had a lot of fun playing it until the 6th or 7th level got way too hard for us.
Right, the moving truck doesn't get any bigger, but the houses do.
Yeah. And you can't put 3 beds in. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I started playing Clash of Clans. I was peer pressured into that. Not by you. But I was peer pressured, and so I started playing that, and was told my base was trash, so I had to fix that up. But I don't know. It's a silly game that I check every now and then. So again, it's been around for a while, and none of the ads did it for me. Just a person had to tell me to download Clash of Clans, and I did. So there's your ads.
Their advertising budget is incredible too.
Yeah.
They'll be happy to know that it didn't work.
I haven't seen an ad for it in so long. It's all these new games. I don't know.
Yep. All right. So besides games, we did get to see a couple of movies and TV shows and stuff. I think one of the ones that we all went to the theater and saw was Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys like that?
Oh, it was so cute.
I really liked it.
Oh, yeah? Why were you sleeping then?
I didn't fall asleep because it was a bad movie. I fell asleep because it was dark and I laid my head down.
That was different from any other movie then.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I missed, but it didn't affect my knowledge of the movie, so it was really good.
Those reclining seats, they really get you.
I did miss the end of it also.
See, at least I didn't miss the
all
end.
The way through? Oh my goodness.
So the good news is I can't spoiler anything because I don't even know how it ended.
The good guys won.
Probably. All right. So we saw that in the theaters. That was fun and relaxing, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
We streamed Glass Onion.
Yeah, Knives Out.
The sequel to Knives Out, or somewhat sequel to Knives Out. And that was a good movie.
I liked it a lot. Yeah,
I liked it too.
Very funny.
Not as good as the first Knives Out, but pretty good for like a COVID plot line and Eat the Rich plot line. So.
Yep. And then Amber and I went and saw Avatar 2: The Way of the Water.
Yeah.
Couldn't convince Danny to go see it.
No.
That was a 3-hour movie, and yes, it was dark in there, and yes, you could lay your head back. So I don't think Danny would have made it through the movie.
I didn't fall asleep though.
No, it was good.
It was good.
There were some parts that did draw on a little bit, and there were some parts that you're thinking they're adding an element to the story that wouldn't need to be there if it was a 2-hour movie, but
yeah,
it was good. Very beautiful, of course.
Very beautiful.
I read an article about Kate Winslet that when she was filming that movie, she broke the record for longest time of holding your breath underwater
Whoa.
during a movie or TV show filming. Not like
Okay.
the full
Oh,
world
okay.
record, but and she broke the record of, any guesses of what action star she would have broke the record of?
Logan Lerman from Percy Jackson. No.
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 Tom Cruise.
Oh, when did he hold his water? He had to pee real bad.
Where's my water?
It was probably during one of his Mission Impossible movies.
Haven't seen any of those.
Any guesses on how long Kate Winslet could hold her breath underwater?
6 minutes.
2 minutes.
7.5 minutes.
Whoa.
What? That's not possible.
I thought the real world record was like 8.
That's what I said.
That's
I thought that wasn't possible, but turns out that they had on the set a free diving instructor.
I'd hope so.
And free diving is like diving underwater, but without a tank and scuba stuff. And he taught them kind of like how they did in the movie, slow your heart rate down, calm down, and just be underwater. And that's how he taught them. And turns out that most of the people did pretty good. They were 4 or 5 minutes underwater,
Wow.
but she could do it 7.5.
That's not possible.
The world record for a free diver is 30 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I thought I could hold my breath a long time, but I think I did a contest once and it was like 3 or 4 minutes, and I just about blacked out.
Oh my god.
But I guess the story goes that she did this particular scene and did the 7.5 minutes and came up, and the first thing she asked is, "Did I die? Am I dead?" so she must have been pretty close to the blackout stage too.
Wow.
I
saw an interview with her, and I was so confused why she was doing an interview about motion capture filming and Avatar, and I was so confused, and it wasn't until the end of the movie and the credits rolled that she was in it. I'm like, wow, what?
Yeah, I
that makes sense why she did press for Avatar.
Yep. Yeah, it's not like I don't know if you've seen the pitch meeting for that movie yet.
Mm-mm.
It's pretty funny. They talk about how they get Sigourney Weaver to play Sigourney Weaver's daughter.
Yeah. Why do they even need actors anymore if they can just like animate a completely different face over someone?
Yeah, that was a little creepy. But yeah, that was a good long 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Any other TV shows or movies you guys see during the break?
Yeah, I've been rewatching You on Netflix because the new season comes out in February, I believe. So I've been getting my kick of weird stalker show, waiting for the new season. And I've also been watching Bee and Puppy Cat, also on Netflix. It's a really cute cartoon. I don't watch cartoons very much anymore, but that one's just got such a silly concept and such like bright colors that I would suggest it. It's really cute.
Bee and Puppy Cat. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bee is the main girl, and she's got a pet puppy cat.
Okay.
Yeah. She doesn't know if it's a puppy or a cat, so she just calls him Puppy Cat.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Danny? Anything you watching?
I've been watching Ginny and Georgia, which is a Netflix original series. I think they just came out with season 2. I just started it. So it's really good. It's about a mom and daughter, or a single mom and her 2 kids, and they move into like this nice town, but the mom has a lot of backstory and a lot of secrets.
A lot of baggage.
Yes. Yeah. But it's really good.
Cool. All right. And how about things that we went and saw during our break? I'm going to start off with when we went down to Florida. We took a short little drive over to the next city to go visit a comic book store, and they had a huge Hulk in there.
And they
They
did.
did.
And a Spider-Man.
There was also a Spider-Man.
Yep, nice store. Lots of new
It
comics.
was a really nice store.
Back
Mhm.
issues. Lots of pops. I think they had a whole
Yeah,
wall.
A
of-
whole
wall.
wall, yeah.
And plus, they had like Funko Pop spread throughout the store every time there was
Yeah.
like a genre, like anime
Yeah.
or TV
Mhm.
show or
Disney.
kids. They had those broke off, and then the whole wall.
Yep.
So that was good. And my wife and I went to a little vacation just before Christmas, and we visited Hub City, which is the nickname for Hagerstown. And Hub City had a store called Hub City Vinyl, and it's, I think they call it the largest record store in Maryland, and I would agree with that. I couldn't imagine a bigger record store in Maryland. I don't know if they need to start visiting other states so that they can like take over that territory too and say like the largest record store in the Eastern Seaboard or something. But it was really neat, and the reason I knew about this particular record store was it's operated by the wife of a dude named Lloyd, and Lloyd is a dude in Hagerstown that I don't know if you guys remember this. We went there many years ago, and I bought from him in his huge warehouse my first arcade machine. So he had a huge warehouse of hundreds and hundreds of arcade machines, and that's what he does. He buys collections, or he buys arcade machines from old vendors, and then he resells them. But along the line, he also buys basically anything that's coin operated. So jukeboxes, the little like Scooby Doo rides that you'd see at Walmart or something back in the day.
Mm.
So in the process of buying all these jukeboxes, he's taken a lot of the old 45 records out of it, and he gave them to his wife and said, "Hey, why don't you start up a business?" So that's where a lot of the records came from, and then the store itself has new records. It's got old records, and it's got a ton of 45s, which are the smaller like singles that people used to listen to. So that was really fun looking at some old vinyl. What else? Do you guys got anything to mention that you went and saw? Any neat stuff during our break?
Yeah, I played Dominaria Remastered. I drafted that, Magic the Gathering. I wouldn't say it's a new set because it's all old cards, but it was a new set, basically. So drafted that, played that. Didn't really win anything. Got a pity pack. Um, didn't really open anything good in my pity pack, but while I was drafting, I did get a like $20 card, so that basically paid for my entry. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, had some fun with that.
Cool. How about you, Danny? Anything to mention?
Like places or
Yeah.
I don't think I went anywhere else.
Cool. Anything else to mention before we wrap up our update and before we start talking about the future?
Yeah, I've got some book updates. I finished reading Reminders of Him, which is by Colleen Hoover. Very popular, like YA author right now. And I did start reading Fairy Tale by Stephen King, and read that on our drive to Florida. So got a lot of time in for that, but probably won't finish that anytime soon because classes are starting back up. So
Boo.
Boo, classes
Boo.
in the way of reading. Gonna have to read academic things instead of fun things, but that's okay.
Cool. What about you, Dan? Anything else to mention?
Well, for Christmas, I'm not a very good shopper for people. I don't really know what people like, but instead I usually make stuff or draw stuff. And for Christmas, for Dad, I actually watercolored the 4 Disney parks for him,
Those were
which I
great.
thought looked really cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And they match his little plushies that he has.
Yeah, I've got some Funko plushies of the 4 different park icons. And you didn't even know that I had those to match them, did you?
Nope.
Have you
Bonus.
not been in our Disney room?
And then I also painted some his and her shot glasses with Jack and Sally on them because we watched Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, those are really neat.
Yeah. You also made me an entire cat house.
I did do that.
Yeah, you did. And then I painted it, and then with Dad's help, we put some bath mat carpeting on it. It took a long time.
And they like it.
They like it. Oh my gosh. MJ has been sitting inside it for a long time. She was sitting in there right before I left. So.
Very good. All right, so hopefully that catches everybody up with what the fam has been doing. And before we wrap up the episode, let's talk about things coming up in the future. I know it's hard to tell the future, but things that at least we're looking forward to or hoping for. Who wants to start this off?
Why don't you start it off?
Okay. So our local Comic-Con put out an email that it was taking applications for the 2023 Comic-Con, and we went ahead and said, hey, we'll apply for that. So we're hoping to get a table so we can hang out and we can advertise our podcast and our YouTube and maybe have some little giveaways or merch there, things that we can make. So we're waiting to hear back to see if that's going to be a big thing to look forward to this year. Other thing I've mentioned before in the podcast, but I want to try to accomplish in 2023, and that is to do a series of tutorials on coding on YouTube, and possibly have a game jam, sponsor a game jam.
Ooh.
As a result of that. So that I started putting together some of the curriculum for the training, and it's just a lot more work than I thought it was going to. So that's why I haven't gotten to it yet. But
Are we going to be your students?
Well, yeah. You are always my
I
student.
have another class to take.
Padawan.
I've done enough coding and
This
stats.
wasn't on my schedule.
Well, this will be fun stuff, though.
Nice.
So we'll look forward to that, hopefully. What about you guys? Anything you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to maybe doing some more magic related YouTube videos, maybe potentially teaching one of you how to play, or just like going through my deck building process or whatever. I'm sure there would be better people to do that, but hey, I don't know. I've got a somewhat new perspective, so maybe that's wanted in the community.
Yeah, we could do one of those kid teaches old dad how to play Magic.
Yeah, and there's a new set coming out that I'm really excited about called Phyrexia will be one, and it's bringing back some characters that I like. So
Cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Danny? Anything on your horizon?
Well, I want to do a lot more personal artwork, more digital artwork, I'm pretty busy with my school artwork, but that's more like traditional kind of artwork right now. And my schedule's a little easier than last semester, so I think I'll have a bit more time. And the program I use, it auto generates a time lapse of the drawing, so that'd be cool to share. I want to do some pretty detailed ones, but also some little doodles and like that, which would be good for the local Comic-Con because we can make prints and stickers and all that kind of stuff. I think would be cool.
Maybe I can
Yeah.
crochet some things for that. Who knows?
Yep. Sounds good. Cool. Anything else before we wrap up this episode?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Very good. So thank you for putting up with our 3-week disappearance. I hope you guys didn't get too concerned and called the cops to find out if we were okay.
I think we would have figured that out if that had happened.
Yeah, we're still alive. We're still here. We took a much needed break and now we're ready to get back to work. So keep listening every Tuesday for new episodes of this Family Geekery podcast. We'll be back next week with something geeky for you. Thank you for listening as always. And until next time, peace out and geek out. Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.